Hi, welcome to Flooring Africa. My name is Barry, and here we are today at a beautiful venue called the Building Exhibition Centre, which is a permanent building and materials exhibition centre here in the Western Cape, South Africa. And Flooring Africa has partnered up with suppliers, installers, distributors and manufacturers to create a permanent studio come education space where we can explore flooring technology and anything associated to flooring. Right here, I'm busy installing a Moso Bamboo deck as a feature wall, and a few days ago, Jo Brom from Village Timber Company started and installed Industrialé bamboo, again from Moso, and this is such an interesting product. It's made up of little sticks like this. Sticks of strand woven or high density bamboo put into tiles, and then we full bond this to the substrate. I don't want to steal the fire out of Jo Brom's story, but it really is an absolutely phenomenal product. It's a product that needs to be installed by somebody who understands the system, so it's not an easy DIY product, but it is an easy product for somebody in the know. Let's hand over to Jo Brom.
I'm Jo Brom. I'm the principal at a company called Village Timber. We specialize in really on the skills and the technical aspects of getting hardwood floors installed, finished, maintained, and often are sort of really figure our way through all the intricacies and technicalities of the various different materials, consumables, finishes, and I guess all the various aspects that clients require from hardwood floors. And it's our joy and our passion to find solutions for all the various different settings and requirements that hardwood floors need to deliver on. So it's just sort of, this has been another one that's been quite interesting, and we've greatly enjoyed sort of having to figure our way and butt our heads up against the challenges of doing a floor like this. As an installer, I often get asked to fit floors in settings that aren't particularly ideal for hardwood floors. And I think, you know, the beauty of this product really is that it's quite industrial. Now, there's a lot of complexity in the fitting thereof, but to take a little piece of bamboo like this and to turn it into a floor, something like that, is really what we love. And I love that it fits. It gives me an option that I didn't have otherwise. An option that would otherwise I'd have to say to a client, you know what, put some rubber matting down or stick with your epoxy coating. But you're not able to get all the untangible benefits that timber and hardwood floors offer. And this goes a long way to pulling that aspect towards hardwood floors. So yeah, it's been quite an interesting process for us just to see how this works and how we can marry our skills with something that we typically would have shunned, actually. And it's been a bit of a learning curve. I mean, we've had to figure our way through what it means, but the fundamentals are stuff we do every day. Gluing floors down and gluing bits of timber down, parquet floors, herringbone, you name it. This is just a modern industrial version of the same. And in the end, it isn't actually nearly as industrial as I thought it would be. It's got a beauty to it that I'm quite surprised at how amazing it turned out in the end. I mean, we typically think of hardwoods, and which bamboo in our mind doesn't form part of that bracket of options. So it's not something we've have a lot of experience with. We've done bamboo from time to time, but seen it more really as a finish than a material. And I think with this floor, it's really become obvious what it is as a material. And really, it sounds crazy, but what it boils down to is a material that is just really extremely hard. And the way it's been put together here resolves a lot of the problems that hardwood floors have. We've often had floors like this with hardwoods, but never with bamboo. And the great advantage of really small little pieces of wood is that they can't move much. So seeing bamboo used in this way allows us to use it in settings that typically would struggle to have hardwood floors, wood floors of any type. And that's really what's been quite interesting to see, is how a little piece of bamboo like this can change a concrete floor into something of I guess practical but really aesthetic beauty as well. So bamboo, and particularly this HD bamboo, it's just extremely dense. So it can take pretty much any sort of traffic you can throw at it. And in particular, I would imagine it's ideal for hotels, airports, even warehouses where you might have sort of a showroom area and so on, where you want to run a forklift over it or a wheelbarrow. It's not going to compress easily. It's not going to show indentations or traffic very, very quickly in that sense. So it just really offers a hardwood floor finish in a format that typically would be problematic for hardwood floors. Obviously the way in which the bamboo's constructed is such that there's not a lot of space for water-based products, I guess any products, but we use water-based products to get a grip on the material. So from that perspective, we had to go to a trial-on primer, and that allowed us to address a number of different factors, including the fact that because there are a lot of small little pieces, there's also a lot of gaps in between them. Those we had to get mix and fill into, and then on top of that we used a trial-on primer that allowed us to fill majority of those gaps and just get a nice smooth finish. And then on top of that we could put a two-component high traffic finish, and yeah, it just turned out absolute charm. Yes, I think being a lot of small little pieces, again, much like a herringbone floor, when you bring the size of your plank down, you eliminate a lot of the problems. And one of the great things about this floor is, I think, its ability to meander through a very large open space, to allow a lot of, let's say, intricate, difficult interconnections and so on, and a lot of super repairability, just ability to pull out areas that might have had damage or maybe exposed to something unusual in a commercial or industrial setting, and just pulling out a couple of loose pieces and popping a new piece in. In a floor like this, you're hardly going to be able to pick up that there was a repair. And I think just the intersections, the way it can go around a corner, the ability for it to blend itself really in a large open span area is just beautiful. It's compared to, let's call it, large oak planks. Although it's difficult to fit, it has a lot of repairability, and I'd see that as a massive benefit.
Wow, when you start listening to Jo Brom, you can really hear that he is passionate about his subject. These are the plank squad, the supporters of our campaign that we really appreciate, who's stepped up and really are supporting the skills development and leading the pack when it comes to quality installation, methodology and passion. If you would like to know more about what we are doing here and want to support the initiative, please subscribe, hit the bell, hit us up via email, or if you've got a question about flooring that you would like us to potentially tackle in an upcoming vlog, please drop us an email. We'd love to hear from you. This is where we explore flooring and everything about flooring. Flooring Africa. It's about saving floors.